It would be a nice game if you gave me a chance to actually sleep and get my magic back, but that's cool. Whatever. 100 gold for a blessing? Here Vivek showed his generosity by filling the gentle waters of palace with gold for the poor, destitute of the F5. Where's the shield? Didn't I have a different... I thought I had a better invisibility. Invisibility for 20 seconds on self. Ah. Visibility for 30 seconds on self. There we go. Okay. Wow. Okay. You're a thing.
I expected you. We have business, you and I. When I was young like you, I was very impatient. So I will keep our business short. Then, later, there may be time for other things. First, I propose to remove my curse upon the Nerevarine, end the persecution of the dissident priests, and proclaim to all Morrowind that you are the incarnate and Nerevarine, the prophesied savior of Morrowind, and the last hope to withstand the menace of Dagobor and the Sixth House. These things I will do, whether you wish or not. Next, I propose to surrender to you the power and responsibility of defeating Dagobor. You may choose to refuse. I will not compel you. You will receive the power as a gift, in the form of an artifact called Great God. You may accept the gift, then do with it as you will. You will receive the responsibility as an oath. You may give your oath, then keep it, or break it as you like. First, will you accept Great God as a gift?
So he doesn't sound like this in the real game? Maybe. It depends.
I'll take your maybe as a no. Then that concludes our interview. I hope it has not been an inconvenience. And if you change your mind, come back. Let's try again, shall we?
Let's try again, shall we?
I propose to give you an artifact called Great God. Good. Sensible of you. And now will you give your oath before all gods and men, before all spirits visible and invisible, before my honor and your honor, to dedicate yourself and Great God to the defeat and destruction of Dagobor, and the preservation of Morrowind and its people.
What does he sound like in the unpatched version?
Not very sensible, but very good. I was hoping for someone who would have no hesitations about making such an oath. You will now have a brief momentary sensation of time passing. Don't be alarmed. You are being taken out of time in order to avoid the unpleasant experience of learning how to use Great God. It will be over before...
There is a brief sensation of motion in total darkness, floating but without a sense of weight or direction.
You know it now. I will notify the temple that you are our champion. There shall be no more persecution of the dissident priests, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. We have time for questions if you like, or you may leave as you wish. But I think there are at least two things you ought to know before you leave. How to use Great God, and how to defeat Dagobor.
Only text? Wow, really? I'm actually a little surprised that they wouldn't give this guy a voice.
To defeat Daggothor, go to Red Mountain to recover the artifact Hammer Sunder from Gate Citadel Vaminal. Then, recover the artifact Blade Keening from Gate Citadel Oversal. Then, proceed with Great Guard, Sunder, and Keening to the Citadel of Daggothor. Within the Citadel, find the heart of Lorkhan. Use the 3 artifacts to sever Daggothor's connection to the heart, and he will be destroyed, and the blight ended on Morrowind. To destroy Daggothor, you must sever his connection with the heart of Lorkhan. To do this, strike the heart with the artifact Hammer Sunder once. Then, strike the heart more than once with the artifact Blade Keening. You must wear Great Guard, because you cannot handle either Sunder or Keening unless you are wearing Great Guard. That is the short, simple explanation. Here is the long, detailed explanation, written down for your convenience. Read it, study it, commit it to memory. You need to know, where is Daggothor? What are Daggothor's plans? Who are Daggothor's servants? Who is Daggothor? What are Daggothor's powers? What is known about Daggothor's defenses? How can I prepare for battle against Daggothor? Who can help? Daggothor has never ventured out of the Heart Chamber, the place on the Red Mountain where the heart of Lorkhan lies. It is there, or nearby, that he is constructing a new god, Akula Khan, also known as Second Numidian. We know nothing for sure, but we have learned much from interrogating 6 house cultists and victims of dream compulsions, and from our study of Daggothor's actions. The Temple Scholars and Inquisitors have prepared a document, Daggothor's plans, that summarizes what we know or suspect. Take this copy. It's also available in my library. Confer with the Ordinators and Voyant Armigers garrisoning Ghost Gate for the latest information about the defenses of the citadels of Daggothor and his Heart-White kin. Chief among his servants are his 7 brothers, the Ash Vampires, powerful Heart-Whites and cunning sorcerers of old. These creatures appear to die, but always are revived at the heart. Somehow Daggothor has conferred some portion of his immortality upon them, or perhaps they sustain themselves through more conventional sorcery.
So is this one of the, or is this the text that you're hearing, or is this totally different? So somebody else recorded this.
Ordinators and Voyant Armigers stationed at Ghost Gate have the most practical knowledge of the nightmare world inside the Ghost Fence. Seek them in my name for counsel and aid. Prepare for war. Beyond the Ghost Fence, there are no safe places, no allies. Stockpile resources, plan for retreat and replenishment, quest for artifacts of power. my library, I have made available 2 conflicting accounts of the events of Red Mountain. My own true account, and another false account common among the Ashlanders and preserved in the Apocrypha. I don't care whether you believe my account or not. I leave it up to you to judge which is true. He is able to send his mind into the dreams of susceptible victims across vast distances. The victims are either swayed by his compulsions or driven mad. He also seems nearly invulnerable to physical and magical harm. His flesh, and the flesh of his followers, evolves towards a mutable, magical form. Dagothor and the highest ranks can control the distorted manifestations of their flesh. Lower ranks lose control of their bodies and become mindless, corpus monsters. Dagothor has never ventured out of the heart chamber, the place. I have given you a copy of my proposed plan. Read it, study it, commit it to memory. Actually, I believe we finished our business. I will notify the temple that you are our champion. There shall be no more persecution of the dissident priests, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. You want to chide me. Why did I murder Nerevar? Why did I break my oath to Azura not to use Kagrenak's tools? Why did I cause others to suffer? We did not murder Nerevar. The legend that we murdered Nerevar comes from a story told by a shield companion to Nerevar, Alandro Sol, who lived among the Ashlanders. The Ashlanders have retained Alandro Sol's account as part of their oral histories. The account is persuasive in some details, implausible in others, and is in any case false. I have 2 accounts of Nerevar's death here in my library. Read them and judge for yourself. Along with Lord Nerevar, and at his insistence, Almalexia, Sothasil, and I swore before our god of oaths at the time, the Daedra Lord Azura, never to employ the tools of Kagrenak for any purpose. We broke our oaths. We turned our backs on the old gods. I still see no compelling reason to worship any of the Aedra or Daedra. But, for the respect I held for Nerevar, and the respect I held for myself, I should never have betrayed my oath. Of all my life's actions, I most regret that failure. Why did I cause others to suffer? I respect that question, and you for it. The most I can say is, I did the best I could, as I saw things. Can you, mortal, presume to judge the actions and motives of a god? But, because I need you, and you need me, I will make an accounting for my sins to you. But not now. Destroy Dagothor, and then we will discuss my sins. Then, perhaps, we'll have earned the right to judge me.
Strange that he goes back and forth in this animation. It's odd that he just doesn't kind of hold that animation